Have you ever noticed how it seems like your dogs are always watching you? Maybe you are watching something and suddenly, there they are, with that fixed, almost hypnotic canine gaze. Or perhaps you feel their presence while doing something simple, like cooking or using your phone. Why is it that they never take their eyes off you? Today, we're going to explore 10 reasons why your dog is always watching you, all backed by scientific evidence and daily observations. Stay until the end, because each of these explanations can forever change the way you understand your furry friend. Number 1. Protective instincts. When we talk about protective instincts, we are dealing with one of the oldest aspects of the relationship between dogs and humans. The wild ancestor of the dog, the wolf, relied heavily on group cohesion for survival, which included watching over companions to keep them safe from predators. Although most domestic dogs no longer face major threats, they still carry traces of this genetic heritage. According to behavioral studies, many breeds with a history of guarding or herding tend to be especially vigilant, following their owner's every move. This protective behavior can manifest through a fixed stare, as if the animal wants to say, "I am here to make sure nothing bad happens." When you stand up or make an unusual movement, your dog may focus even more intently, always ready to act if they sense something unusual. While your dog wants to protect you, they also want to be protected, which we will address in the next point. Number 2. Sense of security. In addition to protecting you, dogs also find security in their owners. Studies published in animal behavior journals have shown that dogs can regulate their emotions by observing human reactions. If you are calm, they perceive that the environment is safe and tend to relax. However, if you appear anxious, dogs may become alert, even without fully understanding the reason. This fixed stare acts as an emotional thermometer, indicating to dogs whether everything is fine or if there is something concerning in the air. By closely observing you, they feel supported, knowing they can count on your guidance in any unfamiliar or potentially challenging situation. Dogs observe our reactions to ensure that everything is okay, but their attention does not stop there, as they can also notice important details related to their human companion's health. Number 3. Health issues. The sensitivity of a dog's sense of smell is well known, but their gaze can also be a tool for identifying subtle changes in their owner. Some dogs are capable of detecting behavioral variations before health crises, such as fluctuations in glucose levels or even signs of an impending migraine. There are reports of dogs alerting their owners before epileptic episodes. This happens because the human body releases different substances during moments of imbalance, and dogs, with their sharp senses, can notice these signals. When they sense something unusual, they tend to stay closer, attentively watching every move. Therefore, that fixed stare may be a form of care and prevention, further strengthening the bond between you. A dog's keen perception, especially in detecting subtle changes in their owner's body, reinforces their closeness, but also reveals how they can become a true shadow, which is the subject of the next topic. Number 4. Velcro dog syndrome. The so-called Velcro dog syndrome describes dogs that stick to their owners, following their every step and maintaining constant eye contact. This can stem from various causes, such as separation anxiety or even excessive reinforcement when the dog is always kept close. In small doses, this behavior is a sign of intense affection, but if it becomes too pronounced, it can cause stress for the animal when left alone for even a few minutes. Some specialists recommend independence exercises, such as brief and gradual separations, to reduce anxiety. If you have ever found your dog sitting in front of you, staring as if they cannot move away, it is likely that they just want to make sure you will not suddenly disappear. Now, let's talk about something more fun. Number 5. Need to play. Have you ever wondered if your dog watches you as an invitation to play? In many cases, that is exactly what is happening. Dogs associate their owners with the best opportunities for entertainment, whether it is a game of fetch or a quick run in the yard. When they maintain a fixed gaze and wag their tail, they might be saying, "Shall we play now?" Studies on animal well-being indicate that dogs that engage in daily play activities with their owners experience lower stress levels and have greater learning capacity. By staring at you, dogs are waiting for signs that it is time to move, whether to explore the neighborhood or invent a new game. This is their way of asking for your participation in their fun. When dogs fix their gaze while requesting playtime, they often receive pets or treats, which, without realizing it, further reinforce this behavior, leading us directly to the next point. Number 6. Positive reinforcement. Many times, it is we who encourage our dogs to watch us. When, without realizing it, we offer a treat or a pet every time they look at us, we are creating an association. The dog begins to understand that maintaining eye contact can result in something good, such as food or affection. This positive reinforcement cycle is strong, and in a short time, the persistent stare becomes a habit. Behaviorists suggest that this strategy can be used to enhance training since dogs become more receptive to our instructions. However, it is essential to balance the rewards to avoid encouraging obsessive behaviors. Balance is the key to maintaining eye contact as a healthy communication tool. Are you enjoying these tips? Then take a moment to support the channel. Leave your like right now and subscribe so you do not miss any of our upcoming videos. It is quick and makes a big difference. Now, let's continue with the next point. Number 7. Routines. Routine is fundamental in a dog's life. If they have learned that right after you finish your breakfast, you usually take them for a walk, they may watch you closely in the moments leading up to that event. Every gesture, like grabbing your keys or putting on your shoes, becomes a sign that the fun is about to begin. According to studies on animal behavior, dogs feel safer when they know what will happen in their daily lives. So, if your dog stares at you insistently at certain times, they are likely reminding you that their favorite part of the routine is coming up. This anticipation increases positive anxiety and keeps them completely in tune with your movements. This pattern of attention also appears when they want to communicate something specific, which brings us to our next point. Number 8. Communicating events. Besides predicting routines, dogs may try to communicate something through their gaze. Have you ever noticed when they stare at you and then look at the door? Or when they direct their eyes to an empty food bowl? This behavior is similar to what human babies do when they look at objects they want, expecting the adult to understand the message. Researchers have noticed that dogs follow human gaze and even hand gestures, something rare in the animal kingdom. This social evolution shows that eye contact has become a two-way street, where dogs also try to inform their owners about needs or interests. Deciphering this type of communication strengthens the bond and helps you respond more promptly to your companion's requests. Have you ever thought that your dog might just be trying to show how much they love you? Number 9. Love and companionship. As technical and scientific as many explanations may be, we cannot forget about pure affection. When your dog watches you calmly and affectionately, they might simply want to be near you. Studies have proven that when dogs and their owners look at each other in a friendly manner, both release oxytocin, the so-called love hormone. This process strengthens the bond and generates a sense of well-being for both. So, if you find your canine friend lying next to you, staring into your eyes, you can be sure that there is a lot of love involved. This emotional bond has developed over thousands of years of coexistence between humans and dogs, and each gaze is a way to reaffirm the deep connection that exists. And finally, curiosity is not exclusive to cats, which brings us to our last point. Number 10. Natural curiosity. Curiosity also motivates a large part of canine behavior. Dogs are naturally investigative, exploring the world through their senses, including sight. When they notice you doing something unusual, such as opening an unfamiliar box or talking to a different person, they may stand still, staring intently. This is their way of trying to decipher what is happening and whether it will have any impact on their life. Some breeds are particularly curious and are even more attentive to their owner's slightest movement. In practice, this natural inclination helps them learn and adapt to the environment in which they live. Therefore, when your dog watches you intensely, they may simply be trying to understand what is going on in front of their eyes. Dogs are, without a doubt, one of the most popular pets in the world. With their captivating personalities and unconditional loyalty, they have secured a special place in our hearts and homes. But behind these adorable creatures, there are many surprising and even strange facts that most people are unaware of. Among them is the true reason why dogs smile. You might be surprised to learn that in some situations, this smile can be more frightening than you might imagine. We will explore this mystery soon, but before that, let me share some fascinating facts about dogs that you may not know and will enjoy learning. The power of a dog's sense of smell, much more than a wet nose. First, have you ever wondered how dogs can smell so well? They possess an impressive olfactory ability, partly due to a special organ they have in the roof of their mouth called the Jacobson's organ. This organ allows dogs to detect smells in a way that we humans can't even imagine. And there's more. A dog's nose is almost always wet, which helps to better capture scent particles in the air. When they lick their nose, these particles are carried directly to the Jacobson's organ, further enhancing their already powerful sense of smell. Can dogs do math? Dogs aren't just masters at sniffing, they also have a surprising capacity for intelligence. Scientists have discovered that dogs are capable of performing basic calculations. Yes, that's right. In an experiment, researchers showed a treat to a dog, placed it behind a screen, then showed another treat and placed it behind the same screen. When the screen was removed, the dog expected to see two treats. However, when the researchers secretly removed one of the treats without the dog noticing, and the screen was lifted, the dog only saw one treat and appeared confused, staring at the treat for a while. This shows that dogs can count and perceive basic numerical differences, something that could be useful for a mother dog to count her puppies and ensure they are all present. The fingerprint of a dog's nose. Did you know that each dog's nose is unique, just like our fingerprints? The ridges they have on their noses form a unique pattern, different in each dog. Researchers are developing an app that allows scanning these patterns, which could help identify and reunite you with your dog if it gets lost. Dogs and sweat. Think of a hot summer day. You're sweating, but your dog isn't. How do they manage to cope with the heat? Unlike us, dogs don't sweat through their bodies. Instead, they cool down by panting. When a dog pants, it evaporates moisture from its mouth and lungs, helping to regulate its body temperature, but they can also sweat in the most unusual places, the pads of their paws. Although these sweat glands in their paws are not as effective as ours, they play a crucial role in temperature control and scent marking. The surprising side of canine intelligence. Speaking of intelligence, did you know that dogs can learn up to 165 words? That's equivalent to the vocabulary of a 2-year-old child. However, some exceptional dogs demonstrate an even greater capacity for learning. An example is the record holder in this regard, Chaser, a border collie who managed to learn more than 1,000 words. Additionally, studies show that dogs can also feel jealousy. That's right, your dog may get jealous if you give more attention to another animal, trying to regain your affection and attention. Bones in reproductive organs. Perhaps one of the most bizarre facts about dogs is this. Males have a bone in their reproductive organs called the baculum. This bone helps provide rigidity during mating, but it is not as dense as leg bones, for example, which helps prevent fractures in more vigorous moments. This is just one of the many unique anatomical aspects of dogs, which often go unnoticed. What do feces, dogs, and the Earth's magnetic field have in common? Among the strangest behaviors, did you know that dogs prefer to align their bodies with the Earth's magnetic field when they relieve themselves? A European study observed nearly 2,000 dogs over 2 years and found that when the magnetic field was calm, dogs preferred to align their bodies in a north-south direction when pooping. This behavior may seem strange to us, but it makes perfect sense to them. Right pod, left pod. Just like us humans, dogs also have a dominant paw. You can test this at home. Give your dog a toy filled with food and observe which paw they use to interact with the toy. Interestingly, the paw used to interact with the toy is usually the non-dominant one, while the other paw, used to stabilize the body, is the dominant one. This type of observation can give us insights into how dogs process information and perform tasks, showing that their motor skills are more complex than we imagine. Here's a surprising curiosity. A female dog can have puppies from different fathers in a single litter if she mates with more than one male during her fertile period. This means that in the same litter, some puppies may be purebred, while others may be mixed breeds, depending on the males the female dog mated with. The history of dogs and humanity. Recent archaeological discoveries have revealed that dogs have been alongside humans for about 31,700 years, much longer than previously thought. These primitive dogs, which resembled today's Siberian Huskies, helped our ancestors hunt and survive in hostile environments. The size and strength of dogs, from the large Zorba to the small Pearl. When we talk about dogs, size really varies a lot. Zorba, an English Mastiff, holds the title of the heaviest and longest dog ever recorded, weighing an impressive 756 pounds and measuring over 8 feet in length. In contrast, we have Pearl, the smallest living dog, a Chihuahua, that measures only 3.5 inches tall and nearly 5 inches long, about the size of 2 stacked dollar bills. The ears that help with smelling. A dog's ears play a crucial role in their sense of smell, especially in breeds like the Bloodhound. The long and flexible ears of these breeds serve a purpose beyond hearing. They act as real tools to aid in scenting. When a Bloodhound or another breed with large ears is sniffing, these ears help sweep the ground, lifting scent particles and directing them toward the dog's nose. This process increases the concentration of scents around the muzzle, allowing the dog to capture aromas with almost infallible precision. Additionally, the folds of skin around the dog's face also play an important role. These folds help capture and hold scent particles, keeping them close to the nostrils while the dog follows a trail. This set of characteristics makes dogs like the Bloodhound some of the most effective trackers in the world, capable of following a scent trail over long distances and even days after the trail was left. The intriguing smile of dogs. Finally, we've reached the point that brought us here. The smile of dogs. Although it often seems that they are smiling because they are happy, in some cases, what appears to be a smile can be a sign of discomfort, anxiety, or even aggression. Imagine the following scene. You approach an unknown dog and notice that it has its mouth open and the corners lifted, as if it is smiling at you. It may seem like it is happy to see you, but it's important to be cautious. This smile might actually be a warning sign. The dog may be baring its teeth as a way of saying that it feels uncomfortable or threatened by your presence, and therefore prefers that you keep your distance. This type of behavior is not uncommon, especially when a dog is in a situation it finds challenging or when it is protecting something important to it, like food or a toy. It uses this smile not as a gesture of friendship, but as a form of communication, warning that it does not want to be disturbed. Understanding the difference between a true smile and a warning signal in dogs is essential to avoid misunderstandings. Observing the complete body language, such as body posture and ear position, can help to correctly interpret what the dog is really trying to say. This not only avoids potentially dangerous situations, but also respects the animal's boundaries, promoting safer and more harmonious interactions. If you enjoyed this video, you'll love the next one on the screen, where I talk about 10 secrets that transform dogs' lives. If you do them every day, you'll repay all the love your furry friend has for you. Click on the screen and continue with me in the incredible world of dogs.